Welcome to Aetherfall, a brand new setting from the Dragons Concord. 1,000 years ago, Aether, the energy of the divine lattice, was first refined and utilized to power a technological revolution. Witnessing the escalating power on the planet Elard, the gods made war upon their creations, who fought back with etheric weapons. Many gods died, and their blood forever altered the land, but mortals had earned their freedom. Over the last millennia, Aether has borne untold wonders, epitomized in the great Zel floating cities. The brightest star among these was the soaring metropolis of Zel Antilis, on the eve of their centennial, with fireworks in the air and the songs of celebration on the wind. An unknown catastrophe dropped the city from its heights. That day marked an end of the optimism of the Gilded Age and cast a dark shadow of doubt over the limitless power of Aether. That day was 75 years ago, and the fallen city has now become a battleground for reclaimers wishing to rebuild the glories of the past, and opportunistic scavengers wishing to pick its carcass clean.
Welcome everyone to the Dragons Concord actual play, new series. This will be Aetherfall Hidden Engines, introducing the brand new Aetherfall setting from Dragons Concord. I'm joined here, as usual, by fellow storytellers of the Dragons Concord.
They won't let me leave.
We're going to go around, introduce who you are, describe your character. We're all going to be there. All the characters are Delvers for Zel Antilis, the Fallen City. So we'll go ahead and start with you, Nathaniel.
Hi, I'm Nathaniel. I am playing Jettison. I am a mongrel folk, but from
You're
the
a tin
outward,
can.
from the outward appearance, I am a angry robotic Roomba with a bunch of weapons and machinery and gadgets attached to me. I'm playing a machine cultist, and excited to do this.
Hello, I'm Nicholas Yost. I will be playing Godric Velmork, a refiner aboard a stratotyrant pulling Aether out of this clouds, who fell to the earth. Bit of a short little mountain dwarf with thick old mutton chops, a little bit of a receding hairline, and a big old nasty scar that jags its way across its head. It looks like a lightning bolt, but a little bit more gruesome. And I'll be playing a storm sorcerer.
We at the Dragons Concord like to note that not all dwarves are Scottish. In fact, he's the only Scottish dwarf in the setting. He's the only one with that accent.
One of many.
My name is Ron Power. I am playing Hallis Ashwood, an Aether Wanderer. It's a new subclass for the Ranger. I am playing a very sneaky, stealthy type character. I wear a hood and I have glasses to keep out the grit and the sand from the wastelands. But instead of like normal spectacles, they're kind of a crystalline substance, white crystalline glass that I wrap around my eyes. I have a black goatee. And I have a cybernetic arm that I power with Aether to do cool attacks and such.
Cool giblets and junk.
The nanomachine, son.
Joining us from Mad Max. Don't sue us.
Just checking down the list of companies.
Yep.
My name is Sean, and I'll be playing Vulcus Soliel. He is pale-skinned, liquid silver eyes, slightly pointed ears, wears pewter gray robes, and seems to always have this kind of almost onyx-looking circlet kind of going back and around his ears and poking up a little in the back. Mop a dark gray, dark brown, black, gray. It seems to shift with the time of the month more than anything else. Always seems to be referencing, just looking up in the sky and just pondering something up there that no one else seems to be able to see or talk about.
Okay, I'm Chris Bungie, and I'll be running this whole shindig this time. So as we start, the group has been approached by the Voltar group, met by Court Urrier, about a job to reclaim a treasure for them. They have asked they meet the group of delvers, meet them in the Vesk crater, because they don't want to enter Zel Antilis for a good reason, because it's a very shady place at the best of times. So we're going to start the game. You guys are in the Vesk crater.
And what is this Vesk crater?
So it is a hole in the ground. So it is created by actually an impact that came as the great city fell. It partially broke apart, and impact created the Vesk crater. But it's far enough, it's about a mile away from Zel Antilis proper. So as you're looking up, you see the thrumming wings and feel the undergrowth of a giant mechanical bumblebee descending down. As it reaches the bottom, a walkway will descend from the proper, and you'll see a dark-skinned, white-haired dwarf lady with what looks like golden Art Deco tattoos. Her body, and she's flanked by two rough-looking dwarves. They're encased in a mechanical exoskeleton and carrying briefcases. This might be, while you're aware of the Voltar group, this is probably your first, aside from that courier, first time dealing directly with them.
I kick a rock. I'm waiting for them to descend.
And so they've descended near you. The walkway will come out. So looks around at the gathered group of you.
Are you who we're waiting for?
Antilis, yes, I'm in charge of this project for the Voltaire group. Are you the reclaimers I was told about? The delvers?
It's a pleasure and a privilege to finally make your acquaintance.
What is going on with your throat?
It's just my voice.
It's unpleasant.
That's unfortunate.
Are you the speaker for this group?
I mean, I'm the second one who spoke up. But sure, why not?
I just want to know who is in charge of your little merry band.
We're more of a democracy.
For now.
Inefficient, but okay.
If it goes bad, it's his fault.
What the fuck?
There seems to be just some disagreement in your ranks.
As a democracy should have.
We took a vote.
I'm not having this
You weren't there
discussion.
for that one, but we decided that you would be the one.
The merits of different forms of government.
Okay.
I was told that you're willing to venture into the worst places in Zel Antilis for the promise of coin and Zel marks.
Yeah.
Was I misled?
No, you're right on the nose. You hit the bullseye.
Well then, are you aware? Have you ever heard? Has anyone told you of the Heart of Radiance?
Can I roll a? Is that a check?
Give me a history roll.
No.
14.
You remember a bedtime story?
Oh, I remember. Up in the water boiler aboard a Stratotyrant where I was nestled, I remember a story.
Does he do this a lot?
We
The
try.
heart
We
of
have to break him out of it
radiance.
every now and then.
Deep inside of the old mountain homes.
We use a spray bottle.
Should I?
Yeah.
It burns!
Not at all. Whatever. It is was buried in the fall of Zel Antilis, our former guild headquarters.
Or was that the Shard of Radiance? And continue.
Our former guild headquarters was destroyed in the fall of Zel Antilis. Beneath it was a very important laboratory working on the Heart of Radiance project. There's a new energy source that would no longer be reliant on Aether. Aether, despite its many uses, kind of gestures at your arm. It has its drawbacks and problems, as we all know. The heart promised a nigh infinite source of energy. Well, ideally, it was ever finished before the destruction. We have tried previously to reclaim it, but failed. And we believe that any sort of official effort by the Voltar group would disturb certain powers in Zel Antilis. Put a giant target on our backs. That's where you come in.
You'd rather the target be on our back, I see.
You are known, from what I understand, as I've been informed, you were known to travel Zel Antilis and reclaim useful things. If you were going into the dead zone, no one would ask any questions.
Just doing another job, find another bit of useless garbage to go and take back. Not saying that the Heart of Radiance is a bit of useless garbage, I'm just saying it's under the veil of it being useless garbage. Should I stop saying the word useless garbage?
Yes. I'm going to talk to
Maybe
you.
we should let Valkis talk from now on.
But he's so creepy.
I know, it's true.
I learned it from my father.
Why do you keep saying that?
Okay. To sort it out, we are willing to pay you an exorbitant amount of money in order to go and reclaim the strat.
Define exorbitant.
1,000 Zel marks apiece.
That's pretty good.
I meant, what does the word exorbitant mean?
An excessive amount of funds. Now, we were willing to provide certain safety precautions to keep you safe from the ambient aether. The dead zone being a industrial district has a lot of aether poisoning. That's where all the big things that went boom when the thing fell happened. So she comes forward with several. One of the briefcases will open up, and several collars are inside. They're like these half rings with nodes on the end of them. This will help protect you from any sort of ambient aether. The other gift we have for you is some more information on what you're searching for. Opens the other briefcase, and you'll see a number of different small green vials and what looks like little black inhalers. This memory of the Voltor headquarters at its height, including the Heart of Radiance.
I'm sorry, did you say that's memories?
A preserved memory. Are you not aware of this? Have you not partaken yourself? It's very useful for the sharing of information. I know some people use it for less savory ways.
Yeah.
Spend most of the time
Controlling yourself.
2 years sober.
We see it more as a way of preserving important intel. Pass.
Those collars, how long do they last?
They'll usually they're good for several weeks. I would see about completing this before the end of the month. But I really hope it doesn't take you that long.
I don't think it should.
I think we'll be fine.
Do you need help with the collar?
Just drop it in my water.
Your brine,
My
your tasty you juice.
Ew! That's fucking foul.
It's like smell like pickles comes out.
It's like little hot dogs float up.
How does that change every time you do that?
You see, there's this wave of revulsion passes through the dwarves.
Oh, it's normally better. Normally it smells like vinegar. Pickle is actually a
Improvement?
it's improvement. There's flavor there.
Thank you. It's mostly based on my diet. Can you
I really dislike everything about what's happening right now.
put the collar in the water? I didn't want to. It's dry outside right now.
Tongs. I'll take a pair of tongs and just...
The little baby muscular arms reach up.
One of the dwarves throws up.
Does the water like sizzle when you drop it in? Like
No, but the collar does float for a second before sinking.
So, they'll process that for a second. And then pass out, load the little canisters and pass out the inhalers to each of you.
So
Will save us a lot of time
I'll
and
show you how to
explanation.
do it.
Orgasms.
I don't think I'll do it quite like that.
It's not from the actual inhaler, it's just Pavlovian at this point.
Fuck! I've missed this so much.
And there's the scream. Just put it in the slot.
Oh, no, that's your problem. You're on slot duty.
Which one?
The little
I'll just drop it on there.
save it for later.
How many disturbing sounds do you make?
I make a lot of noise sound effects in this character.
Do you actually want to know? He's cataloged it.
I really don't.
It's like a stop motion.
I will pay you money not to tell me.
2D2.
That's exactly what it is. Like a dollar.
Yeah.
The so you find yourselves treated, and a preserved memory such as this, a memory fragment, also called echo, is it's not just the sound, it's not just the sight of it. It is the complete sensory and emotional experience of being in that moment. For that period of time, the memory you're inside the memory, you experience everything the person did. So you see yourself looking up at Valator headquarters in the height, this Art Deco monstrosity that it of gold and black and gold to the sky. So circling by these little mechanical bumblebees like a giant hive. There's some sort of celebration going on. It's loud. You hear the music around. You don't think it's probably some sort of Valator gathering, not like the Centennial celebration. It's big, not that big. But you approach, you're jostled, and you feel yourself getting irritated, angry by the party going on around you, because you are wearing a lab coat, you are somebody important, and you have a job to do during all of this. You kind of push past that through several halls, glass offices beside you, champagne being poured, people laughing, and you find yourself in to a entryway. There's another imposing black tinted glass in front of you. Pulls out a blue stone, scans it over a pane to the side, opens up, goes down into sterilized white halls with glowing aether lights that are just sort of oscillating beside you. Down several things, past several different levels, you see a lot of machinery, levitating objects, and energy discharges you think might be different forms of charged aether. And come down to a central circular room with black iron scaffolding on the wall. And in the center of this is this blazing blue orb, and you can feel the heat on you. And everyone give me perception, actually.
Wow, you're on fire today.
I have -2 to wisdom.
That explains a lot.
17.
12.
So you find yourself distanced out of memory because you get a familiar shiver being close proximity to that. Can't replace it, but it's something of you, not of the memory. And then memory comes out. You don't notice anything specific, Alice. You find yourself. It's like a slow fade back into reality. It's not an abrupt end. It's more like slow fade as your own visual and everything reasserts itself.
Oh, that's good.
I think he has a problem.
I do have a problem.
He does.
And you feed an addiction.
I feel unclean.
This is the part that makes you unclean.
Just
Not the fucking walking, talking
sanitary.
garbage disposal.
Fuck you.
What do you mean? You shit in your own water.
I sweat in my own water. I don't have a sphincter.
That doesn't make it
She
better.
immediately pulls out what you notice is a memory distillation device that actually creates those memories out, and she breathes in the knowledge of your sphincter into it. Immediately
just
deleted.
removes
Yeah.
Bacon so.
Anyway,
Come at me, bro.
is there anything? You'll find this in the dead zone. The damage that was dealt to Zel Antilis during the fall means placing it exactly is a little difficult. We're not sure exactly how much has been altered on the surface, although we believe the structural integrity of the laboratory itself has been preserved.
do we need those stones to get in?
Those stones are no longer should be required.
How much damage are you expecting?
We're expecting the damage on the surface to be far worse than damage on below.
It fell from the sky.
Oh, fucking thank you, Captain Obvious.
You're welcome.
Oh, it's fucking...
You don't think that happened to you? Happened to the whole city.
Yeah, but I had a very personal experience. Like, I resigned to myself and then I woke up.
Anyway, so is there any? Yeah, so we are expecting a lot and motions and present a series of metal canisters. If you need help, assistance clearing the debris, these are breaching charges.
I hate to say it, but I think we should
Give it to the trash can.
Yeah.
Okay, Jettison. I can hold on to it. I understand how these work. Go ahead and put it on the back compartment and I'll hold on to them.
I hand it to Falcons.
Tongs.
No, not the water, the backpack. Put it in the back.
Into the thing. It still smells like eggs.
What do you want?
Torn between disgust and curiosity, honestly. I'm trying to process which one is stronger. Anyway, though, I think I wish that now that you have everything you need from us, good luck. You can
have
you
one
will find a
last
representative
question.
in the carnival.
I have one last question for you. Is the heart itself dangerous in any way?
The heart itself, you should find appropriate containment materials inside the lab. I would not suggest direct contact with any of you.
What about, like, we turn a corner and it's just fucking there? Are we dead?
It would not. This will help. Your
Okay,
collars
cool.
will totally contain it. Again, direct contact is not recommended, though.
All right.
Any additional research notes or anything else will also be handsomely rewarded. On top of the finding fund for the Heart of Radiance itself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no time like the present.
They will. Good luck, and do be quick about it. They were not the only ones interested in such a prize.
Who else is interested?
I asked you if you've heard of the Heart of Radiance because there's been legends passed around, and it is. I know there are other interested parties in Zel Antilis,
It's like
Both.
the titanium anvil.
both guild and criminal.
Do you care what happens to them?
Not at all.
Cool. Easy. We'll get it to you. I'm actually.
I don't think typical law or morality applies much to Zel Antilis, as I understand.
Unless you're going through the courts, then it gets a little.
What an entertaining farce.
Yes, but it's they still have guards. Zel Antilis is a little. Yeah, they're kind of pushovers. They just really like to throw money at you. The gangers have their own rule of law, which is that there is no rule of law. And people going to the rest orchard are really normal.
I don't need a whole history lesson. You do what you do. You will be paid handsomely.
How do we
Sounds
contact? How do we contact you?
You'll
when
find a
we have-
courier waiting in the carnival.
You're gonna be waiting there for a month.
We have frequent visitations to the carnival.
Alright.
If there's no one currently there when you're there, wait.
Cool. I gotta walk again.
It's good for you.
Would you rather fly? I'm sure he has room on his back if you want to hop into that.
You could, technically.
I'll walk.
Decisions were made.
They'll go back inside the bumblebee and buzz out.
Stupid plane.
It's not a plane, it's an orthocopter.
It's a stupid orthocopter.
Why do I know that?
Aren't those,
I
aren't those
think part of my
shoes-
brain clicked back in.
Aren't ortho things shoes?
No, but they are dentists.
Oh.
I think it's more of a
Or an
3/4
eye
view
doctor.
drawing, from a certain perspective.
When was the last time I've been to a doctor? Where am I?
Do I need to get the reset
You're the
hammer
heroes,
again?
everybody.
I'll bonk you right on the noggin there if you need me to.
We could just take your brain out and polish it.
Put a little
Smooth
spit
it
shine
down.
I
on.
think it already is a bit too polished. Yeah, hit me with the head.
Better.
Yeah, I'm back.
And the accent's gone.
I've sold stairs.
He's just sitting there in the corner just muttering to himself.
As he's brain trauma is happening over there. You're like, stairs, my only weakness. I've
solved stairs.
Yes, it's how people with legs get up and down buildings. They've
Whatever.
been around for a long time.
Oh, you mean we can get rid of the little rug that we would pull? You'd lay on top and we'd pull you up behind stairs?
Yes, we can get rid of the rug.
It was getting a bit gross. I'm glad we can get rid of the rug.
I only leak a little.
It was getting gross.
So you're about a mile out of Zel Antilis at the moment.
Yeah, we're walking and talking.
The usual.
The Badlands.
So Zel Antilis is currently organized like spokes on a wheel. You know, at the very center, you have Calabar's Carnival, operated by Ulysses Calabar, kind of considered a neutral zone, where a lot of trade discussions happens and the petty fights of other places aren't allowed within the carnival. It used to be a giant stadium for hosting games during the height of Zel Antilis. You have the Neo Antilis, which is or the Reclamation Zone, which is actually the well-funded, guild-approved new government of Zel Antilis, and has been slowly trying to rebuild it into what it formerly was. They are a bit fascist.
Just a bit. Just for a treat.
You have the Elandrian Court. They are the usually Queen Elandria, who was a warlord, has kind of taken over her own little part of Zel Antilis and made it into this throwback medieval court with all of the touches and everything you'd expect, and a belief in a sort of an old school etiquette to it all. She requires tithes when you pass through her land, and needs to be shown proper respect. You have the Rust Orchard, which is operated by the Speakers of the Thorn. They have it's more of a less organized than a elimination of vegetation and reclamation by the wild. So it's been overgrown by this rampant undergrowth. You also the place where most of the elves blamed for everything that's happened to Zel Antilis have kind of set up shop since then. It's a safe area for them. That you have gangland. A good part is structured between the various gangs, where just kind of it's a little bit anarchy and fighting for supremacy, and you have it by many different gangs who are also trying to scavenge anything they can from the ruins of the city. The dead zone is typically considered, which would be the old industrial centers, considered too irradiated by aether for most people to venture in easily. You have some like Warforged, especially among the Hellion group, who go there due to their machines. They're not subject to aether corruption. They frequently will investigate the dead zone, but otherwise most people stay out. It also has dangerous aether aberrations inside. The whole thing is in a crater. As Zel Antilis fell, blasted a hole in the earth, and the whole thing rests inside a crater.
Do we have any idea where this lab at least was?
I have been trying to think of where, but I don't believe we've ever come across it.
My money would put it in the dead zone, but that's obviously a bit of a, it's a fucking city. It could be anywhere.
Is there a repository of knowledge that we would know about?
So
Maybe a guidebook?
guidebook. There has been
Where's the hidden library?
There's been efforts to reclaim sort of like the literature and everything of the old world. There are memory repositories, everything, but like it's a bit hit or miss. As far as information goes, especially after everything happened, Calabar's Carnival is where people meet and discuss and trade information,
I might know a guy.
as well as
Oh, you know a guy.
Well, we might be able to make our way to the carnival. That'd probably be our best bet. It's just getting through the fucking maze to get there.
Is that where the guy you know is at the carnival?
Yeah, he's in the carnival.
Very well.
So I have the smuggler background, which I believe gives me contacts for that kind of stuff. Yeah, acquainted with a network of smugglers who are willing to help you out of tight situations.
Okay, you do have a contact there.
Okay.
You have a contact with an elf named Filigree. who's helped you with several jobs in the past.
Just to warn y'all, he is of the pointy-eared variety.
She, actually.
Or she, sorry, she's of the pointy-eared variety. I know they are not on, they're persona non gratis among certain folk, but I think y'all are all open-minded, are you not?
I could care less.
I think the doctor did describe myself as open-minded.
That was your head, was open.
Oh,
and then they saw your mind.
He was actually describing intense brain trauma. The only thing he got out of it is open-minded.
I opened my mind once.
Hey, your dad. It's okay.
Where are we going?
Zel
Carnival.
Antilis. We're going
Oh.
to the carnival.
The carnival.
Oh,
I wonder if they have cotton candy. Wait, no, it's not that carnival.
We should decide which...
I mean, actually, they do.
Fuck yes!
It both is and is not that kind of carnival.
Someone play the victory music from Star Wars. Get the Gungans.
Oh, no.
Don't sue it. Anyway.
add another name to the list.
We should decide which... we certainly don't want to go through Neo Antilis. They're just jerkwads. I personally don't feel like giving a...
So they are jerks,
Yeah.
and they're hung up on bureaucracy and everything. There are checkpoints and official people to pass. There's checks for contraband and stuff. But they are organized and they do obey a certain kind of rule.
True.
So like, exposed to like the ganglands, which might just shoot you and take your
Right.
shit.
Would we get stopped for carrying demo charges?
Almost certainly. Actually, he's going to get stopped just entering.
That might be the problem.
I have my permit.
What about the rust orchard?
It's in the goo, though.
We should try to
That
go
just says I can do what I want.
Reach in.
The two things that I think are gonna be either fine for us is to either try to cut through the gangers or go through the rest orchard.
How violent do you feel like being?
I mean, I'm incredibly capable of violence.
Don't you have a quota of some sort? You got to kill a certain number of people every day.
Not every day.
Oh, all right.
It's like a monthly
A
thing.
monthly quota.
Yeah.
Did you get demoted if you like this official reprimand if you don't kill enough people?
My father was upset.
Oh.
The company has to take him. Send him to.
Oh, by the way, for the whole Echo incident, pretty great.
For those who might not be familiar, the coin equals
Inspiration. Yes, I use my house rule about you have to have a maximum of 3, and you can spend it after to re-roll. No more than spending one coin a turn. Okay, so you coming up so you decide to go through Rust Orchard, the Elandrian Court, or you can go around and circumvent and down the side of down the side of that into the Deadlands.
How long would it take for us to walk all the way around to where the Deadlands are?
Several
This-
hours.
The city.
Several hours.
Yeah.
We could cut through the rust orchard.
We need to get to the carnival anyway, so it would be kind of dumb to go into the Deadlands, across to the carnival, and then back.
Yeah, you're looking at about a half a day just completely circumvent.
Let's just go through the rest orchard.
Talk our way out or blast our way through.
We could try to talk at first.
That is why I said or.
Ooh, we're gonna have to be careful with you.
What?
You're on threads, right?
Yeah.
There are roots.
You might crush their pretty grass.
Well, I was thinking
on the
more that you
ground.
might fucking fall over. Like, what if you fall over and you knock yourself unconscious and we don't hear you?
I can realign myself.
Help! Guys, please! The tree takes you.
Covered over the vines, and you never see them again.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I have many effects to fight off the predations of the roots and vines.
Mary, I trust you.
Okay, so you're coming to Zel Antilis. You're going to come through the Orchard Gate. So that's just kind of a slang state. So there's no official gate. Everything's just kind of rubble. Neo Antilis has started to build like gates and checkpoints and stuff like this, but everything else is just kind of, because you have a giant city of 200,000 people at the height, full of tenement buildings, people squashed on top of each other, and when it hit the ground, everything kind of just collapsed. So it is a giant rubble-strewn monstrosity. What people think, and many those who are not familiar with Zel Antilis, is the city is dead. That is not true. those familiar with it, it thrums with a constant pulse of hidden engines. They continue to function despite no longer being in the air. There's pops, there's hisses, there's occasional music as some old celebratory music box will come online briefly. And the sky is still lit by fireworks during the night from that celebration, powered again by these hidden etheric engines. As you arrive back into it, you're looking at about middle day. You're trying to the rust. You're going to come across a few other travelers, but no one really wants to have any association with you necessarily.
Can't imagine why.
So you come to the place where, think about the rust orchard as if someone set off a vegetation bomb in the middle of a very populated. It's just like the vines literally tore through the rubble and different buildings and is in the process of actively consuming it. So there's this green verdigris carpet all over the city and various strange trees and other flora they cannot encounter anywhere else in the world.
Do we have any more knowledge about the rust orchard going into it?
The rust orchard. Oh yeah. So you all actually everybody give me around the way a history with advantage because you guys are residents here.
History?
Yes.
18.
12.
16.
Okay.
23.
The trash can.
So basically, this is sort of considered kind of an elven slum for the most part. Most people here are of elven heritage, or are dryads or other creatures that are plant-based to some extent. Those who scored so. Typically, it's known to have a lot of some natural hazards. Like there are animate plants and creatures that were like really not anticipated when this was first settled, when this region was first created, but have since mutated from it. Those that scored 15 or higher, you know that some of the roots and everything of this vegetation has penetrated aether deposits and aether engines beneath it, and it's further mutated them. You have ambient, you have naturally occurring things like aether trees. This also makes it somewhat popular for a certain other segment of the pop, which are the aether starved, because again, penetrating to free-flowing aether. So, however, a nice thing, these vegetation actually will scrub ambient aether from the air, so you're not dealing with much just free-floating radiation. Okay, you scored a 20. 23. You probably have made contact with some of the tribes before. I don't know why, but you
got stuck.
Yeah, you got stuck.
Stuck and they found me.
They treated you like a relic, like the Jawas picking up R2-D2.
They took me away and I learned of their customs. I became one with their people.
It was a lovely day.
It was a lovely 24 hours.
Lovely day. They style themselves as different thorns. You got the amethyst thorn tribe made contact with you. So, and they made some things about basically harvesting you for aether.
Oh my god!
Whatever aether supply you had, not your body so much as your machinery. They aren't barbarians, but you managed to convince them to let you go. Considering the gangers and everything, they actually seemed fairly reasonable in comparison.
Man, the gangers would have mauled me and put me in a cage to fight rats or something.
Beat you with clubs and strapped you on top of a chariot as a war ornament.
Witness me blood pact. So anyone been watching, there's going to be a lot of Fallout and Mad Max references. Anyway, so you find yourself at the collapsed a hillock over one of these big rubble heaps that has been overgrown. You see several different strange kind of gnarled trees growing up inside them. Several of them you see faintly glowing, like veins inside the trees.
Who wants to lick it?
I might need it later for my
A little mercurial
armor.
vial. It's true.
Hail Satan.
I got my residence detector.
So you'll immediately start pinging on these trees. These trees are pulling aether. As you enter it first, you hear the sound of mechanical birds kind of chirping up from the cobbles and everything around you. Everyone give me perception.
Damn it.
That's oh my God.
7.
I'm like, hear this go really well or really badly, because that's kind of a smug good spread.
7. I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
13.
17.
10.
Is it just a theremin? Your detector thing, is it just a theremin?
It's a Geiger counter.
It's a really big Geiger counter.
Big old box.
You see several shaggy green shapes kind of disengage them. It's 13 or better. Several green shapes kind of disengage themselves from the sprawl around them and will be making kind of an uneven way over. They're kind of camouflaged to a certain extent by the rest of them, makes them hard to see.
Last.
I'm not picking up anything on my radar. What are you talking about?
Look with your eyes.
I don't see anything.
Do you see them? I'm sounding like you now. God damn it.
Sorry, what were we looking at?
The trees have leached my accent, everybody.
Yeah.
The fucking moving fucking shrubs.
Oh,
Plants don't
yeah.
move. Or they do move, but very slowly.
This isn't a hallucination, I swear.
Nah.
So you got a 17, right?
Yeah.
So you definitely see these. As
Okay. So the trees are moving around.
So several of them are kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's just what they do here in the rest orchard. They're kind of like, so I can sense. I think I have advantage on detecting or perceiving mutations because of my adaptation feature. It's like a favorite enemy. Mutations are like a favorite enemy for me, right? Yeah, I know. You're basically one of my favorite. Well, actually, technically, all y'all are my favorite enemies. Because I also have humanoid as a favorite enemy as well.
I had to deal with you guys for 5 minutes and took the fucking favorite enemy. Fuck you guys. It's just literally you 3 are my favorite enemies.
Well, I don't know if that counts or yeah, I don't know if that counts or not, but I guess my point being that I guess I can. I guess I have advantage on survival checks to track my favorite enemies, int checks to recall information about them, and for natural explorer, which I guess is this wasteland? Are we still in wasteland, or would this be something different now?
So this would be
Would this be forest? I guess because we're in the rust orchard.
let's take a thing that Zel Antilis might just qualify in general, considering
Yeah.
amount of
For what he's running with, I imagine.
Aside from like the carnival, which you'd probably be as like urban.
Yeah.
So basically, I would just know when I make an int check or wisdom check related to the terrain or mutations in this terrain.
Yeah.
I'm proficient. My proficiency bonus is either doubled, and then we can move through this kind of terrain without problem, like no difficulty or whatever too. So, can I make an int check just to know more about these moving shrubs, basically?
Yep. Go ahead. Give me a roll.
Okay. So I get to double my proficiency on this roll in particular. Our proficiency right now is what, 3? So 17 plus my int is another 18.
So you said 18.
Yeah.
You realize that these shamblers are just kind of part of the ecosystem here.
Yeah.
They don't not normally hostile. That being said, if they taste living aether, they can undergo a transformation. They become addicted to harvesting it from living sources.
Gotcha. Let's just give them a wide berth. They'll be fine. Let's move around this way. And I kind of like try to lead you guys around away from them to go through the area.
All right. The box says to trust you.
So yeah, I'll try to like lead them past the shamblers without annoying them.
Okay, give me stealth.
Okay.
All of us?
Yes,
if-
because he's leading you, get stealth advantage. to
If
stealth.
okay, well, if you guys want, I could also make us a little more stealthy in general before we start.
I just rolled.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Normally I have disadvantage, so thanks for that.
How much do you weigh?
392 pounds.
You say we're all at advantage.
No, yeah, you're gonna make it straight. If you make yours, you can give random.
Okay.
advantage, okay.
Well, I got an 18.
Here, I can carry you if you want.
17.
Roots.
I can show.
I think he can manage roots. I think we just.
Now, the roots are fine.
How sneaky can you be over roots?
Not.
So I was going to focus for a second, and a large disc is going to manifest. Big silver mercurial disc. Hop on.
That's the least stealthy thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yes, but it's no longer crunching and cracking through all the woods.
So you're going to come over the hillock. And so you're kind of moving over, and you're moving that because there is these trees and collections of vines and everything, and these outcroppings. So there's a lot of different terrain and topography. As you descend over that, and you see over to your, so you're kind of come down into what probably was once kind of a town square. See a general undergrowth of this, and over several statues and everything that's since been reclaimed. Over to your right, there's a small collection of elves that are in the process of a circle around this tree that seems to be actively forking in front of you. Its leaves arcing upward, and pools of a radiant aether gathering inside it as it reaches towards the sky. So that you're witnessing it grow and change and open up. The elves are humming in concert around it. You notice the hum is oscillating.
Let's just leave them alone.
Or we can ask them if they know where the heart thing is.
Maybe we should wait till they're done.
Again, this is like I said, humanoids, specifically elves, are on my list of favorite enemies.
Don't stab them yet.
Yeah, I'm not, but I want to know if I can make another int check to know about them. This group of elves.
Do an insight.
Yes.
Actually, I'm just gonna watch.
Oof, that's not a good roll.
That's it.
Having spent
Yeah.
What's your
time,
stealth roll?
17.
Oh, okay.
having spent time amongst these people, do I know what they're doing?
So, give me roll.
Give me roll.
Give me intelligence roll.
It was almost a net 20. That is going to be just raw intent.
Yeah, raw intellect. Yeah.
12.
12. So no, you didn't witness one of these.
Right?
You have seen some of the other aether trees, which are still created to some level of venerance in the rest orchard. Veneration. This seems to be much like another order above, another order of magnitude.
We'll watch my my resonance device. Is it just like
Losing its fucking mind.
20 insight.
turn down the
So
volume?
it does seem to be some sort of religious happening. As you're observing this, you're going to see several different flickers happen, and you see images of like a blue radiance of like just a second in humanoid shape appears like around the tree for a second, and flashes back out. The elves move and hold hands.
Just turn off my device at this point. Save battery life.
Yeah. You hear the sound of cracking and shifting stone as you're caught observing this. And one of the buildings nearby is going to lift itself off the ground. Long tendrily appendages made of wood yanks itself free and walks over towards the tree.
They
do move, it hurts.
At which point, like the elf circle again, see this building-sized elemental coming towards them, are just going to simply divide, and will just replant itself down beside it. The flickers increase in intensity. Where are you all watching this from?
Like an alley that we were passing down
Like
from.
probably like a.
Well, I think you said there was a hillock, right? So
there's a
I was
hillock.
thinking like
So over
the
here
top.
you have several.
Yeah.
You do have several different alleys and destroyed ruined buildings and everything. That there. So this entire thing, you're coming up onto a cleared open area. Which
Yeah.
There are several different statues. You get what looks like a reclaimed fountain in the center, which is again everything's just grown over to this carpet. So on the corner, on the side of this whole thing, is that where this tree event is happening.
Okay.
Well, why that way? There's another row of just more buildings and everything and damage.
So you're just finding an alleyway?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm like leaning up against one of the trees, like sitting down, just like watching up near where that, like maybe 10 feet away from you guys.
Can you give me a strength save?
Oh, Jesus.
Building's gonna move, or a tree's gonna move on you.
It was almost really good. 6.
Almost, but not. So you feel the suddenly like it shakes around you, and then tendrils that start digging into your skin.
Ah! Ah! Ah!
My ass.
My ass!
Oh no.
Should your box be doing that?
No, that's me!
Do we help him?
Yes.
You are
we
restrained.
need him to stop screaming. I'll pull my short sword and start to sort of hack at the tendrils, trying to like get him free.
Restrained, you take 10 damage.
Oh!
Hold on.
You see, these things are actually like, as you witness, they're trying to find your veins and tap them and come inside.
Ah!
I'm just going to cast a spell magic on that.
Okay.
Is it a 3rd level or lower effect?
Yes.
Cool. Just going to be just like, no, that can't. No, that's bad.
What the fuck?
You shouldn't do that. A young elf warrior. So imagine someone basically they looks like 1920s style finery that's just been ripped to shreds, like re-sewn together into this kind of this weird like earth tones into this weird kind of camouflage armor. Wearing a trilby.
Amazing.
A blue face paint in slashes over their eyes, and a pocket watch that's being presented as some kind of like talisman around their neck.
Howdy, stranger.
It's normally, and he'll reach out and just kind of like stroke the plant gently, and it will nuzzle him back. You just have to know it gets excited and when with blood, but if you're gentle,
I just sat down.
he bites just a single drop of blood on it, shivers.
I really don't like that.
It's about due reverence, outsider. Hello, Jettisons. Good to see you again.
It's good to see you too.
We're going to invite you.
Really?
You're hard to find sometimes.
Yes, unfortunately we had a meeting earlier.
Keltis is a young elf.
Keltis.
Keltis.
First one who's actually called me by my name, by the way. Keltis, my man.
Kind of fast.
He's
like
like
kind
ding
of
on the inside of the
He's
can.
one of the sons of the chieftain, and kind of fascinated with things going on in the rest of Zel Antilis, but can't really go out himself. So you managed to kind of strike a kind of a friendship with him.
I see.
I'm glad you've made a friend.
Well, sorry for
What's that
intruding.
like?
It's great.
We're just trying to get through.
Why?
Oh, we're making our way to the carnival.
We didn't want to go through Neil, and we didn't want to go through the court.
What do you have there?
This? It's a resonance detector. It detects concentrations of etheric resonance within the air.
Doesn't seem to like our tree too much, does it?
No, well, it doesn't.
Dangerous? Pokes it with a stick.
It's not dangerous. It just reads. Here, I'll show you. I turn it back.
He just jumps back.
It's not a
Sorry.
It's not a bomb or a weapon or anything like that.
I speak in Sylvan to him. I say, be at peace, my friend. We mean you no harm. This box means you no harm. It's more like a divination. It tracks. I am a ranger. I know how to track and locate things.
But you accepted the Aether into your body.
It was not a choice, per se. If I wanted a working limb, this is the only way I could have replaced it.
Tribute. Pinky.
Of this?
I'll make sure you get safe passage. Pinky.
He wants my pinky.
Then
What
give
do you
it to
want
him.
his pinky?
Talisman.
Complicated.
Is there anything else we can give you for tribute?
Box?
My box.
I can.
Are you sure it's not a bomb?
It's not a bomb. Do you mind a demonstration?
He whistles, and you notice that like several other elves appear on the top of the different buildings around. I'm not. Just so you know, I'm not alone.
That's fair. It's not. It won't harm you. First, there are two dials. This one controls how loud it is, and this one turns it on and off. It's going to make a clicking noise. It's probably going to be very fast clicking.
So like first apprehension and then excitement kind of takes over for him.
So the ladder. This is called the ladder. The two antennas. You point it at an object.
Grabs one of the antennae. Click. Rips it off. Tribute.
Do you need that? Would you take a tooth
I'll find the wire.
I have two teeth everywhere.
for tribute?
I can get teeth anywhere.
Turn off my box. Collapse the wire. I can find the wire.
Plus, I can sense ether to some extent. We might be good without it. I know it's good. I know it's one of your favorite things, but
My box.
but I kind of need my.
Why do you have such a smug fucking look on your face?
Well, you know,
You look like the cat who stole the fucking the turkey.
Maybe if you'd been nice to your friend Jennison, I could have gotten you through with less of a problem.
Scroll your outsiders. And our good friend Jennison.
Oh, my man.
So, by the way, but I'll help you get to the carnival and everything. Make sure you're not attacked by any other blood drinkers or anything.
That's what they're called?
One of many names. I call that one Cuddles.
Cuddles is quite,
Looming behind me.
Cuddles is quite the sweet blood drinker.
Before you go, since you couldn't make it to the celebration proper, and you see that at this point, several of the elves have broken off and are dancing with these flickering figments, aether figments. Anyone who has experience, so you two, give me intelligence rolls.
Good catch.
Can I do double proficiency for my figured?
No, I'm not going to give you the proficiency for this. It's just
Okay.
a very specific.
All right.
It's more, but this is like etheric knowledge.
Okay. Oh God, natural one.
22.
Oh, this is an echo. This is. Think of this as a burned after image caused by the aether impact. Their souls were literally burned into the firmament. So Keltis will run over, dances with a couple things. His moment and everything. He's got a garland somehow by the time he comes out back. But it shows up with a leaf full of just a pool of aether.
you're too sweet. Thank you so much.
Bring me something that clicks back when you get from the outside world.
I'll bring you the most clicky thing I can find.
This is why we are friends.
This is exactly why we're friends.
Oh, he carefully folds it.
Okay. Put it in the
So
slot.
carefully.
Yeah, put it in the slot. There we go.
Put it in the slot. And then, so he's gonna lead you through the. You see several different more of these like topiary moving creatures and everything. You see the verdigris will occasionally devour buildings and occasionally pull them up again. This whole is more moving than you ever see in any other region here.
Are there any actual just like regular animals in this area?
There are. This mostly vegetation.
Yeah.
And several different mobile plants, but you'll see the occasional things like deer. You'll see the occasional things like small like puma type cats, stuff like that.
Okay.
Several of these things you notice are probably actually like pets that have been changed.
Okay.
All right.
Just curious.
So you'll see that there are several other groups of elves you'll see that are clearly not of this faction, but they're when they see your retinue, will kind of avoid. And so it takes you to the top and leads you to the end of the rust orchard. To the top of this, you see this giant football stadium in front of you. In gigantic letters over the side, in red paint on this banner, is Ulysses S. Calabar's Carnival.
PT bar.
Check all of your weapons at the gates.
Yeah, right.
I identify as a weapon? I identify as a problem.
I am a weapon.
Don't worry, we can get the bowl for you.
A bowl? No, I don't want the bowl.
Not the bowl again. The elves are kind of going to dissolve back to the verdigris around you and just vanish again.
All of them, including his friends?
Yes.
Countess.
Aaron Dover. Tribute trees, Aaron Dover.
Oh, I hope they got Jeremy watching the gate.
You think I remembered anyone's name? I'm glad you do. Someone here really should.
You see you see the line of people waiting to get sort of moving through security into the carnival, which would be, again, you're expected to check any weapons at the door, at the gate. The sounds, there are the sounds of fanfare from inside. You hear the sounds, you hear a mechanical movement from inside, and also the sounds of a busy market.
Alright, are we gonna have issues this time, or are we just gonna...
Maybe if we don't mention me and we just try to walk through, maybe they'll just let me.
They know you, Jettison. You're on the board.
There's clearly a picture of you on the board.
It's just the eye.
They misspelled your name.
It officially just says uncork him, actually.
Uncork him!
I don't want to get out of my bowl. AIP. Fine.
Literally everything on him explodes or shoots something.
All right. Yeah. Who am I crawling on?
Not it.
No.
I'll get the bowl.
Get the bowl.
I can move him at least, but we get our weapons back when we leave, yes. And we're passing through, so we can tell them to leave our weapons at the other end of the carnival, yes.
I start attaching an apparatus that is like it's a flat piece of metal with a little with 4 little
You're a
spokes
master
on it.
blaster.
What if it's the tube from Half-Life? It carries the baby around it.
Oh, dead straight.
That's right. Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
I'm attaching it on my back, and I put the bowl in there. I start getting a cup and just
Just get a cup. It'll displace the water when I go in there. It's when you do it. It's a lot like there's a surface layer tension to it.
I
before
was
you get down
just
to the
picturing
water.
like an algae bowl. This is fucking foul.
Yep. Okay.
All right, ready?
Great there.
You're welcome, everyone.
Get the rag.
So you'll see, standing in line, you see, getting checked in, you see several people with very, completely covered in tattoos that seem to shift and flow. You recognize them as members of the Skins. The amount of the covering of tattooing is how much they've been inducted in the gang, what their current rating is. You'll see several of sort of cobbled together knights. It looks they're like full plate or half plate armor, constructed about basically random pieces of metal. They're just bolted and riveted together. Members of Queen Lantra's court. As you're coming into it, and you'll see several others. You'll see some wild-looking individuals, biker jackets. Several of them have other prosthetics and everything on them. About the wildland Wendigos. Bit of a reputation for face eating among them. Fond of faces.
You're a buffet right now.
Not at Calabar's.
Do we see any of his defenses?
So you're going to go to the actual gate, and you see that there are several turrets. There are also his crew, who are. You see that most of them are veterans in some level of who have lost body parts. The one at your gate specifically has lost, look like his eyes, the top of his cranium, everything up from about the cheekbones up. Been replaced. He has a single like cyclopean eye, and a metal dome, and several just constantly screwing and unscrewing screws all the way down his scalp. The eye will through different like colors of the spectrum as he's checking everyone. He's going to spend extra time on your arm just to make sure it doesn't. Yeah. Is there any? Speaking of that, he's going to wave you through without, like after he does a thorough inspection, without catching any additional problems with it. They, considering that they're basically all of them have to some extent prosthetics, they do allow for to pass through as long as it's not a hidden weapon.
Yeah.
Everyone can make me perception checks.
19.
Unnatural one.
Dirty one.
Gross.
Okay. You were caught in this kind of just overwhelmed by the ambience of this place, the sound, the fanfare. As you come through the gate, and you kind of like got passed over as you turn into your box and whatnot, they'll pass you over. You see this giant mechanical octopus that just has several different, its hands cupped, and there's several children happily enjoying it in the center of this whole thing as this like open air market's happening around it, bustling of all these different things, and a mechanical dragon, which is probably made by somebody who's never ever actually seen what a dragon looks like. Of course, none of you have ever seen what a dragon looks like either. So this was probably your only impression of what a dragon is. Giant silver wings, giant reptile mouth keeps opening and emitting a cone of red light. So you're just kind of overwhelmed by all of that. Those of you 14 or higher, you're going to note, so the security personnel, you've noticed several times before, they have, several of them are wearing uniforms that's from Zoska's defense force. The Zoska bombardment was seen as many things as like a declaration of war on the surface by the flying city. So Zoska does not exist anymore. Zoska is a much less a barren crater as opposed to Zel Antilis.
Okay. So do I know where my contact would hang out normally? Filigree.
Filigree, there is a beer garden.
Okay.
There at one of the areas, there's an open air tavern, and also meeting space for many people who make their living as delvers.
Okay. Yeah. I started leading us there that way.
Oh, do you want me to go and see if I can get us some supplies?
Do you have any? So obviously you're uncorked.
All right, yeah, I just climb out, and my actual character is revealed. This little legless this like flopping tail underneath, leading up into a body with 2 arms, 8 fingers, webbed. I've got googly, kind of big eyes that are squinty with the skin wrapping around the actual eyeball and trying to squeeze whatever light it can. There's a big bucked teeth. Lower
Way
end,
too much
upper.
description on that one.
Humanoid
The
tadpole.
skin is not amphibious, it's more leathery, like a naked mole rat. As I
Here's the definition of the word moist.
yeah, in the
trouble
skin
breathing,
kind of
yeah.
drags across the side of your face to get mucus. As I went up into the glass container, closing it above me.
Oh god.
All right.
Jettison, Godric.
Hello! Sorry.
The screws will oscillate. Screwhead.
It's nice to see you, Screwhead.
And you as well.
Is that a golden Phillips I see?
It is indeed. I've been promoted.
Congratulations, Screwhead.
Head of the day shift.
Very nice.
Hallis, you promised not to kill anyone with that thing.
I mean, not unless they come at me first. And then I'll just probably lightly maim them.
I'll tell you what we get. Just so you know, Ulysses himself is making his rounds. A celebration of one of his kids.
We'll keep it, nice and polite.
What's the word on the street, Screwhead? I was like writing out my check-in form for my battle axe.
Well, he thumbs over at the Wendigos and the Skins. Currently a gang war between those two, but they've been very firmly instructed that it's to be left at the gate. I don't know what happened this time that set them in each other's throats. Simmering over.
Someone probably just called someone the wrong name or something.
There's also interesting reports from the Dead Zone, if you believe them.
What reports?
Some sort of misshapen monster, moving slum from the sound of things. But there's half people in the Dead Zone are Aether mutants anyway, so great assault
Moving
there.
slum, like a rat king?
Or like the building itself, are moving.
I've heard both.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye out. Anything you looking for, Screwhead?
Anything I'm looking for?
Yeah.
I'm doing quite well for myself.
All right. Well, if you need anything, you know where to find us.
I want valet parking, by the way.
Jettison, I know you're a bit of acquired taste. You know what? No, I'll just let it go this time.
Yeah. Let it go. Just like your late marriage. Now, park the damn car.
He's in a mood today. Screwhead, sorry.
I put 10 gold pieces on the counter.
Here, another 10 if you'll...
So you know that Screwhead is kind of like Ulysses' right-hand man.
Yeah.
Kiss my proboscis.
Here's another 10 for that, and if you wouldn't mind, have one of your fellows take our weapons to the opposite end of the carnival for us to pick up there, including his armor, if you would. A-I-P.
I drop in Tums.
I enjoy the bubbles.
Starts to like, it burns!
I like the bubbles on my skin.
What a fucking eccentric group.
I didn't hear any of that. It's always a pleasure, Hallis. Godric. My marriage is doing just fine, I'll have you know.
Well, tell
Is
the
that
missus...
number 3?
I walk.
I was trying to say something nice, but I'm just like, whatever. It's too late now.
You hear the sound of someone spray pan being shaken. Okay. So, this place is... Imagine, Mos Eisley's Cantina.
Yeah.
Imagine that turned up to like 11.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you're dealing with. And it's basically like half a street fair, and half a market by the most disreputable group of people you can imagine, kind of all shoved in next to each other. The first thing you're going to, as you pass this man, despite the fact that it's a hot summer day, this guy is clad in all black, standing on a box. There's a sign next to him saying, "We all died on the fall of the city. We are but the dreaming dead." And we're seeming to shake his hand and prophesize the end times. Black gums, yellow eyes. And then so the streets are populated by a bunch of moving people. There are several different like jugglers, clowns, as well as heavily armed security patrol people and members of various gangs.
I'm going to go up to the barker, the guy who's screaming about the end times and everything else. At some point, will have to inhale during his tirade. So you see it? You see it too, don't you?
I see many things.
Do you see my father?
Who's your father?
The one in the sky.
He just sort of like manifests a rat out of his.
I pull a rat out of my pocket too.
What is happening here?
He steps down.
The rat, although does have little cilia and tendrils, it doesn't have hair. It has cilia and tendrils. A couple extra little tentacles.
He will like reach over and like gently and just like his actual rat is terrified and like will scurry back in, but he seems completely immune.
This is ecliptic.
Yes, our father on high. Alachan Cantor.
Valkis.
Have you also seen the end times then? The burning in the streets. The coming of the false star.
What do you mean of the false star?
The black star. The star beneath. Not see that yet.
Not yet.
Brother, you are still young, man. Maybe if I peel your eyes a bit.
Don't ever let anybody peel your eyes. It's a bad idea.
Only consensually.
Don't look, Jettison. You'll get ideas.
If I may. He reaches up and he places his hand on the side of you and has one thumb over your pupil and just presses an idea into your skull. And you see this hole in reality, this black cycling void in reality. And you see everything is sort of, all of Zel Antilis is kind of being pulled into it. And you hear the sound of screaming and rending and breaking metal as the place disintegrates around it. That is what awaits us all. I've had that dream every night for 3 months now. And if you ask me, it is overdue.
Have you met others with this dream yet?
Several rats will. He trying to. No, I'm not talking to that one. Pulls another out. Yes. We have other rat speakers around the city, and we're all on the lookout for the coming of a dark star.
Do you know where it comes from? Do you know
No,
where
but
it
I feel its pull. I see it burn its way.
Do you know where it will land?
It doesn't land. It's here.
From below, where do you think it rises from?
Lifts the rat up to his ear. The fallen palaces of yesteryear. As it is penance for our greed and our delusion.
then I suppose it is what we will deserve.
Keep an eye on the rats. He steps back up and lounges back into his tirade about the evils of civilization, our gluttonous habits, and etc.
What do the rats say to him?
Many things.
Oh, you're getting cryptic now, too.
Is it just a constant noise with you?
Just forever screaming.
My cat, sunlight.
Drape
Full
over,
shades.
I drape over a rag.
Sweet salvation.
They're having a dream where something is devouring everything. Not maliciously, merely hungering, bringing itself forth and bringing those who have been feeding upon the carrion birds.
So they're eating the vultures? Why am I him now? Right, so they're eating the vultures.
Metaphors.
So, no, when you're saying they're eating the carrion bird, like, is there like a scavenger for the scavengers?
Let me explain what a metaphor is.
Oh, I understand what the metaphor is. It's just that, you know, you're talking about the end times, and,
The end times have happened. We're living in it.
I mean, I don't see an end.
I just gesture at the ground.
So?
It's all a philosophical question you're arguing about, which can go on for hours and hours. Are we not looking for your contact? I don't like
That's-
not being in my apparatus.
We got sidetracked a bit. Let's head to that beer garden and get a little liquid courage in ourselves.
I have
Talk
concerns
to,
over what this. Sorry, I was loading for a moment.
Yeah.
Buffering.
You have concerns about filigree?
Who?
My contact.
Oh, I couldn't care less about them.
all right.
They will likely die with everyone here if the star falls. Rises.
There will be survivors. There's always survivors.
Not from this. Not from what we saw.
Well, it's not our problem. Let's get our
It
1,000 creds with Zel marks. Get out of this place. We don't have to worry about it.
Did
One last job.
before we retire? Look at my kids. Did I get the same sense of familiarity that I did earlier from the memory? I have suspicions as to what this. We'll deal with it when we get to it. We'll deal with it when we get to it. Or not, and we all get consumed.
I don't want to be concerned. Let's put a pin
So
on
Hallis,
Yeah.
you realize, by the way, so you've probably been here longer than anyone else has.
Okay. Yeah.
You realize that this is busy even for Calabar's Carnival.
Sure.
Like, this is definitely like a celebration day.
Mm-hmm.
You're also, everyone give me perception.
Three. Did you even get that high?
I got it too.
Would you say that it pertains to, once again, one of my favorite enemies, like humanoids? Humans?
No,
Okay.
this wouldn't.
All right.
Actually, no, I'm not going to give you that
Okay,
one. Too.
13 then.
19.
You want to see one of the wasteland wendigos. So all of you are going to you all going to sense kind of the tension between the skins and the wendigos. Both of which there's definitely a lot of them. At one point, one of the who's had what looks like enlarged fangs installed, large silver fangs installed. Giant guy, silver mohawk, has one of the skins up and is like screaming in his face. You see this incredibly large half-orc, probably about 6.5 feet tall. Thick limbs, thick gut, in fineries, as multiple layers, almost like kimono layers of like silk. Tons of rings over both hands. He's balding up, but long hair in the back with, again, things just sort of golden things braided into it. But on his left cheek, about here, has been blown away and replaced by a bronze artificial jaw prosthetic. Despite the fact this guy is massive, he moves up behind the Wasteland Wendigo and reaches over and just effortlessly breaks the guy's collarbone.
Oh my god.
We don't do that here. You recognize Ulysses Calabar. And then, like, as he breaks the guy squeals a bit, the guy, like, his other hand wraps around and just, like, smiling as if they're, like, hugging. And you see behind him are 3 elven, they look like preteens. All of them are in fine suits, green, blue, and red. And
Huey, Dewey, and Louie of the elves.
they're all kind of androgynous looking and very, very similar. Calabar's children, the triplets. The last thing you want to do is say bad things about elves in front of Calabar. He's very, very protective of his children. I was just showing him out. We had a bit of a disagreement, and Calabar will put the guy back and just like the guy silently screaming about his broken and just like sets him aside. And now I believe I promised you all some delicious Audemars taste rocks, and we'll sweep the children along.
Do I know Ulysses personally by chance?
Give me give me charisma, just like charisma.
No.
Okay.
2. Roll back.
Yes. You see, but behind the 3 children and everything, there is this. You see this moving, like a Roomba, but has a single crystal in the front, and above it is a static image, a moving image of a dancing bear that moves behind the children. It has the same. It has the same kind of modified jaw as Calabar. The one thing you guys will notice, but besides the fact that there's just opulent displays of wealth, there is one thing on Calabar's, his left shoulder is a military medal.
Do I know what rank he was?
Captain. Captain during the Zoska.
What do you know about the Zoska War?
Zoska Harbit. 3-hour war of Zoska. War doesn't even, like, it's not a war, it was an extermination. The sky opened up and Zoska was obliterated. There's been a lot of back and forth about it, but as you understand, there's a lot of propaganda regarding it. But as you understand it, the Flying City needed food, and they exorbitantly tasked Zoska until they could barely feed themselves, and they said, "No, we're not going to feed you anymore." They made a brave stand for the surface worlds against the wealth of the Flying Cities and paid the price. They were, bombarded into non-existence.
Which side was Ulysses on?
The non-existent side.
Okay, just checking. So he was one of the few survivors, basically?
Yeah.
Okay. As he passes by, I just want to give him a nod and just deferentially say, "Good to see you this evening, Captain."
He looks at you and smiles. He's always smiling.
Yeah.
Even when he's hurting someone, he's always smiling. Mr. Ashwood, right?
Yes. See you. I apologize, I haven't had a chance to introduce myself personally.
No, I consider that a failure on my part. Ulysses Calabar.
I reach out with my actual hand and I shake it.
He just wraps up your entire hand in his, and just like shakes your whole arm.
Firm grip there.
It's how you mark a man's character. And the rest of you.
Godric, at your service.
I've got the cloth over my case right now, so I'm not sure if I'm identified as a
I'll-
person. Lighter!
Put it back over.
Don't mind him. He's just kind of, you know.
I am Jettison.
Yes, he's unique. Yes, yes.
Pleasure to meet you, Jensen.
Quite sweet of you.
Trust me, I've seen far worse.
Wonderful. I love your Roomba.
It was a gift by a dear friend. I hope you are enjoying festivities.
Yes, what are we celebrating?
Celandine, he motions to the one in black, the one in blue. All kind of approach, looking a little sheepish. Celandine made her letters
Well, that's
from the University of Tataska.
that's quite an achievement there.
It's a major university.
Oh, that's great. Congratulations.
What did they learn you
What?
out there?
Oh, he's restraining himself right now.
Me as a thing, like I had something prepared if anybody mentioned university.
Oh no!
Okay.
I'm like, nope, this is not the time.
Okay. Made her letters in record time.
Well,
Excellent.
You'll not find a smarter one in all of Zel Antilis or anywhere.
Good.
So is this a farewell party or is this just a congratulations?
Let's graduate. Congratulations. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Both. This accent's gonna be hard to maintain. Congratulations.
Excellent.
My children are still here in Zel Antilis. This is their home.
Of course. I just didn't know if they were going to be studying abroad.
Maybe someday, when things are different. You understand?
best to keep your family close at home when you can see them, right?
Where you can keep them safe.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Now, he's going to shift around one of his and produces several coins which have the dancing bear thing on them and pass them out. Good for the games.
Yes, thank you.
So yeah, try your hand. I hope you all enjoy. And I hope to see you later for
Absolutely.
festivities.
Yes,
Can you
Of course.
hold on
thank
to
you for the
mine?
time.
He's going to reach out and grab your hand again and another.
Yeah.
You're always welcome.
Well, thank you.
And then we'll proceed to slap you on the back hard enough to make you want to upchuck your own teeth. But I promise them, taste rocks. Ultimar, you know.
Yes.
And
Have a
heads
pleasant
on.
evening.
Fuck, now I want to hit the roulette wheel.
University is for dupes.
Is there one of those games where you like the little toy crossbows you're trying to hit like?
Oh yeah, there's all you can think of those games of
Oh,
chance.
shit.
Yeah. I want to like grab one from a kid and just like snipe the thing.
Just like the child. Slap them real quick.
Don't fuck, give me the crossbow.
Give me a roll. Give me
Okay.
ranged.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. 24 or 23. Sorry, 23.
You get like a plush bear of the
Yeah.
same style at the
Is
kid
there,
is crying.
And I give it. I'll toss him. Here you go, kid. I'll toss him the bear.
is there a like one of the mallet bell
Oh, yeah. There's strongman trying to.
strongman? Ah, fuck! There we go. 15.
So, as you ding at that, you turn around and are greeted to like the nipple of this person who looks like wearing a biker's jacket, Wendigo. On it, who looks like someone took a cat person and a wolf person, cut them down the center, and kind of sewed the two back together.
Like, hi.
Just massively scarred, muscular.
Hello there. You want to try your hand?
Contest.
Contest. What kind of contest you're talking about?
Wager.
All right, big man.
Pinky.
Leave my pinky out of it again.
He pulls out a thing and it flashes some Zel marks.
You get this, big man.
All right. On the old doohickey, or you want to try something else?
Bell.
Bell. All right. All right. I don't have Zel marks, but I can match you in gold.
Gold's good.
How many Zel marks did you pull out?
So he pulls out about, you're guessing, 15 gold worth of.
Okay. I'll match with 15 gold. I'll put it up to 20.
Give me 3 rolls.
3?
Hey. You want shit?
No offense, my friend. How are you gonna help?
I can help.
As they're chatting, I'll walk up, kind of just a little off in distance. I think you'll do a fantastic job. In fact, you have my guidance on all of this.
Okay. 3.
I can help.
But if you want to do something.
I can help you. I can take you stronger.
Does he look like he's watching me?
Use my strong.
I pop over the top.
You pull out a fucking needle. Stick it in his arm. Pressing the plunger down. He's done it. Fuck. No, I trusted him. And he... Icarus. All right, get him, big boy.
I pull out a needle and look at it.
Where do you even keep those?
I have my stuff.
What did you just fucking inject me with?
So you're...
What the fuck just happened to me?
I don't know!
You are going to be standing there for a second. You're going to feel like a bit of a heat kind of building up in your
Oh,
neck.
Jesus.
Herpes! He injected me with herpes!
And you feel your skin's going to start stretching a little bit. Your clothes starts ripping slightly as I cast Enlarge on you. And you become like one arm slightly bigger than the other. You feel one eye kind of
It's like not
gross.
subtle at all. It's just like.
With a D4. Okay. Can I have the marker, please?
You are a large creature.
Okay.
Okay. So those not participating, no, not you because you're busy injecting him with drugs.
And then I go back into my
Drugs for
tomb.
winners.
Welcome to
That's
Fallout.
not endorsed by Dragons Concord.
Welcome to Fallout.
You two. Give me perception rolls. Hallis and Valgus.
21.
19.
So as this is happening, this nonsense, you notice that one of those skin members, the shifting tattoos, is watching this with rapt, is focused on the person competing against him.
Yeah,
Test
the Wendigo.
strength. Yeah.
So the first roll is a 24. The second roll was a 23, and this is the third roll. I suddenly can't math. It left. There we go. And the third roll is 17.
You're going to handily wipe the floor with this guy.
I like to think
Just
you're the
throws away the
enlarged
hammer
arm.
and starts punching it.
Punch the ding, ding. It starts going away.
Nearly break the thing with that 24. But the little gnome who was like in charge of the whole thing is just like terrified looking at the two of you.
That's not how you. Okay.
The Wendigo picks him up and just sets him aside. But so as this is happening, this guy at you cheated. You see several other the Wendigo are just like push their way through the crowd.
You want to try something about it?
I think I do.
I'm watching keeping my eye on the skin fella.
So as this is happening, he reaches inside his coat and steps behind the group.
The group of Wendigos.
The group of Wendigos.
Listen, I think you owe me some Zel marks now.
But we're all right. Forget it. It's all good.
What are
Just
you
call
talking
it-
about?
Just call it even. It's all good.
There was no rules. There were no rules to break. Hit the bell was the competition. He hit the bell better.
Let's head on out though, fellas.
Use some sort of sorcery on that. Look at that. Look at you change.
It's science, you son of a bitch! I'm no.
Oh God! There's like hardened wasteland warriors. Like, ah!
I want to stealthily, while this distraction is going on, I want to stealthily move behind the skin.
Yeah.
Can I roll? Stealth?
Yes, give me stealth.
Okay. 22.
Oh geez. Okay.
Which, by the way, 7 months
Doesn't
from now, you might
notice.
have a kidney stone.
Can I tell what he's reaching for at this point?
Honestly, that being the only
Like a
side.
canister just about this, like this,
Uh-huh.
as he's pulling it out. Doesn't it look dissimilar from the other charges that you were given?
Yeah. I'm going to try and sleight of hand grab that from him before he even knows what's happening.
Oh shit. Okay, go for it.
Okay.
Be the hero.
You said I don't have to spin this until after I roll,
Yes,
right?
you can. Yeah. That's one for what we want. Yeah. Yeah. There we go.
I believe.
Let's use a big dice. That dice has been betraying all day. Okay, that's pretty good. It's 20. Dirty 20.
You give him a burrito instead. A 1.
Somehow you can get the canister and his underwear. So, like spins behind him.
Yeah.
And like looks around for him. Yeah.
Am I still stealthy? Can I like?
No, you can lose yourself in the. With that roll, you can lose yourself
I'm
in the
just gonna
crowd.
lose. Yeah. I'm
Okay.
just gone.
Great.
Science, not magic. I'm not some conjurer of cheap tricks. So that is not sorcery.
What are you?
You're the halfsy half.
If you want to step outside of the carnival and handle this like gentleman,
stop it.
We can handle it right here.
right here, I don't want to ruin Ulysses' great day. I'm sure you don't want to.
Fuck Ulysses.
He actually
Is this where we start chanting "fuck him up"? I believe.
Are
this is the-
fist fights allowed in the carnival?
They are quickly broken up.
What about maybe there's a boxing ring in the carnival? How about it?
You know what? Hand me one of those inspiration. There's a boxer in the carnival. There we go. That's how
Maybe we can handle this like gentlemen. Yes.
Fight for entertainment?
Stop talking.
Thunderdome. Thunderdome.
Wait, no. This
How
is
about this, friend? Double the wager in the ring. We use all of the things that we have available.
You use all the things you have. He pokes you in the chest. You have available. The fetus stays over there.
All right.
somebody carry
I
me.
have to still carry you. I'll drop you off at the bench.
All right. No, it's the Underdome here.
Yeah.
Below.
Right.
Right? See you in the ring, big man.
Okay, so walk it over to the ring.
When we're walking over,
I want to fight him too.
Go get your chance, big man. He's not gonna bother us.
Don't kill him.
That's right.
I want to kill him.
What cowboy wisdom do you have for us?
Just carrying the baby tank.
yeah.
I love the smooth taste of Marlboro.
I will tell Jettison that I nipped a explosive off of one of them skin fellows. I'll give it to you when we get your crew back.
Also uppies.
Gib. Fine later.
Yes. We should keep an eye out, though. They might have more of them spread around.
Possibly. We should also keep an eye on his compatriots, you and us.
Okay.
Do you want more performance-enhancing drugs?
Big man.
Very well.
We at the Dragons Concord do not support performance-enhancing drugs.
Performance-enhancing science, though.
So we're in the ring.
Yes.
Are we given weapons or it's just a fist fight?
So the ring is intended as a fist fight, like a boxing ring. kind of.
Okay. Alright.
Are you still enlarged, or did that wear off?
I think that.
1 minute.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, that's the way. That's point.
any longer and you would start bursting blood vessels.
So this place is very, as much as you can do in Zel Antilis in the current state, is designed to be a family-friendly kind of day. So it's not, there's no blood sport happening today.
Yeah.
So it's boxing gloves.
Yeah. It's like,
I'm about to pull some bullshit.
Rules.
Do you want to roll initiative or just?
yeah, give me initiative roll.
Bang, bang. And so today we've got
Okay,
a
I'm
one
putting
ring in the corner.
Rolling hot garbage. Okay.
I got a 20.
Roll a 2.
Okay.
You go.
Coming up to deliver a fierce left hook, looks like we've got...
So this dwarf and this guy who's like 6'2" probably, very lanky, muscular.
What does it say?
Godric.
Godric.
I'm gonna strike him with my fist. Does a 13 hit?
13. That's not mine.
This guy is actually a level 20 monk.
Yep.
Catches your fist, breaks your arm.
I needed that. Oh, you didn't see that coming.
You heard it here.
Because I still have my armor on, right? Or do we strip down?
They'll strap you stripped down.
Okay,
So that will be a hit. Yeah.
Okay, that minus is 12. Okay, so if it's a bare knuckle box, he takes 5 points of damage.
Okay. So basically, we're gonna. 5 points of damage. Punch him. How not to make this take forever? What's your hit points?
I'm at 20.
Okay.
I have a
Three
maximum
again.
of 30,
What?
but
Maybe
I've
three.
already taken
Best
damage
out of
today.
What?
My max is 30, but I'm at 20 right now.
Oh yeah, you do.
Because I got fucking drained.
So actually, let's do this as because this is a boxing match. We're gonna do this athletics rolls and for rounds
Okay.
instead of doing it just straight because that'll take forever.
Yeah. I like it.
Alrighty.
Those who are not participating in the match, give me perception.
Somebody take my cloth off.
Okay.
These kids are trying really hard to bomb this place.
23.
Yeah. 11.
I open. The sun. 7.
You should voluntarily take disadvantage on all your perception
I'm thinking of
checks.
taking sunlight sensitivity. I'm an albino, so I don't really like sunlight.
What was your athletics roll?
Oh, my athletics here. I'll roll
Yeah.
for you. 22.
Okay. You kind of beating the guy like a redhead first round. So like he snarls and everything. It's just like, and one tooth showing, and you just punch the crap out of him. Just a tooth flying out of the ring on the first round.
Whoa.
Yeah. Snarls, veins pop, and comes back for more. 23?
It was only like 11.
Okay.
And I roll perception again.
Oh, so you said 7?
7.
Okay, you're gonna see this is drawing a bit of a crowd. A wasteland Wendigo, current environment, a lot of people, more Wendigos, more skins, various other people. You're also going to notice a dark-skinned elf. Both of her ears have been replaced by this beautiful, elegant silver filigree. She has 2 mechanical hands that seem to float slightly away from her wrists. She's delicate, looks like almost aristocratic, like would be like 17th century, like Edwardian finery. Behind her is a overgrown warforged. Like he's a warforged that's been green by moss. There's some sort of plant inside him that's growing up and around his face, innervated all of his joints, and he is dragging as he's kind of moving around this absolutely massive greatsword.
How did he get here? Yeah.
And finally, there is a small gnome who has makeup down one side of her face, like a very cherubic makeup, pink hair, little pigtails, seemingly followed by a small orbiting bunch of planets around her. She's got a little parasol, happily trundling behind them.
What fucking Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah, what like they call us the weird ones.
Yeah. And they're you recognize the elf as Filigree, his contact.
I'll let the fight happen.
I got a 16 on my second check.
That's supposed to be imposing, guys. I've rolled, in the last 4 rolls, I've rolled 4 2s in a row. And like, this guy is strong and everything, he's got athletic skill, but you're just beating the crap out of him.
Skill.
Yeah.
I crack him in the knee.
He's not used to the Queensberry rules of engagement.
And last roll.
Dice.
Thank you.
Finally.
So like that, he's a little punch drunk and everything. It just comes up to you and then just massively just uppercuts you hard enough to lift you off the ground. Slightly, and then like descends upon you. Teeth extend, claws come out. At this point, those of you in the audience, you feel an electrical charge go out, and you 23. Turn around, you see the triplets. The center is blue. The red and the green will step to the side in perfect symmetry, will grab lightning out of the air, like pull lightning out of the thin air, symmetrically through it and pass it to their middle sibling, who points at him and he just erupts in a burst of electricity. Yeah, he explodes on top of you.
You're just covered in red.
I love this family-friendly event.
It's not popcorn because it's just
where
meat
did you
chunks.
get that popcorn?
I don't know.
It's all soggy.
My children!
Godric was pulling his hands back, and there's a tiny bead of red that's forming in between his fingers that he snuffs out. About to fucking fireball straight up the ass. Like, snuffs that out. It's everywhere! What the fuck?
So-
I look over.
So
see
Calabar is going to be step into the ring,
Yeah.
and naturally his voice carries. I made it. I've been very clear about the rules in my carnival. No violence. I don't care what blood has been spilled in the street. This is my carnival, the celebration for my children. If this happens again, if either of you, points at like the skins, and bring any more violence into my home, on my family, and my turf, I will make war upon you. Reaches down and like picks you up.
Do you press the digitation?
No.
Yeah.
You appear to have gotten a little bloody, my friend.
A little. It's
Let me
fine.
get you cleaned up and get you something to drink. On me. For the...
Alright.
You came here expecting a safe environment.
Yeah.
I fear that I have failed to live up to my reputation.
Oh, it wasn't you. It was the skin munchers or whatever the fuck they call themselves.
So they were setting off another bomb. Was that what was going on?
No, I think
Or-
the guy
He
was
was about to-
he was about to break the rules.
Oh, okay. I see.
He was about to break it down.
Hallis, isn't that your contact?
Oh yeah, I was distracted by that.
I collect my winnings.
Thank you very much!
Thank you for the 30 Zel marks, 30 gold for it.
I motion for everybody to follow me, and I head over to sidewalk to Filigree.
Mosey on.
Mosey on over.
That was unpleasant.
Yeah, I've
So first thing you notice, by the way, aside from filigree, you know,
yeah.
she has a silver collar like yours.
Filigree, are you expecting radiation soon? Or are you making a trip into the dead zone?
Come into some good fortune lately, and yes, I do believe that will be taking me to the dead zone.
Well, what a coincidence. Me and my posse here.
Are you currently wearing as well?
I don't know if I put mine on yet. Would people notice it? If like
In all of that, really, there's
Okay.
a whole bunch of weirdness happening in the carnival, like
yeah.
that.
Okay. Then
The
also
skin baby.
yeah. I'll say I'm wearing it, but I always have my hood up, so I'll just kind of pull my hood away to show that I've got mine on as well.
Oh. Do you find yourselves in competition then?
Maybe we could cooperate. I mean, I always prefer to be on the good side of a lady such as yourself.
It's a good place to be. But I think a drink first.
Sure, your favorite beer garden?
Of course.
I know your usual.
So you come to the beer garden, the broken tree, as it's called. It just flows out. You see streamers and everything from the bars in the center, flowing streamers out, tables all around.
Do they have a big fountain or a hose that we can use on Roderick?
It's dog and it's cat biology, and I can't tell which is which.
One of the triplets steps up, and you're clean.
Oh, cool, thank you.
So at the beer garden, I will order
Yeah, we're almost.
for myself and Filigree, because I know her favorite drink, and then I'll buy a round for everybody else.
I will get the absolute strongest, like, gut alcohol they can in a shot and just Ecliptic will drink from it. I'm just gonna have water.
Okay.
He's more tolerant than I do.
Something sugary. Not alcoholic.
Do you have? You got a pickle brain?
Pickle brine.
So many questions that I do not want the answer to.
Or crude oil?
No, not crude oil.
It doesn't exist.
So you see a bugbear in a bow tie at the. I got something for you.
That's what.
He makes you
Said
a
to
Virgin
me.
Shirley Temple.
Oh my goodness! I got a little way. Undo the top.
Do you need a really long curly straw?
You watch several people across it lose their appetite. You feel like pass like a wave from him.
Muscular arms.
That never gets easier to watch.
Oh god. Okay, no, I'm good. He just like lampshade, puts a lampshade over it.
That's a good idea. Use that one.
The rest pours the rest of you drinks in record time.
I'll take the equivalent of whatever a rye whiskey would be out.
You don't have a chance to order with Calabar.
Oh Jesus!
He produces one aquarium worth of alcohol and places it in front of you. Sets a likewise for in front of himself.
So, Ulysses. Can I call you Ulysses?
Of course.
I heard so much about you.
I'm afraid I haven't had the pleasure before.
Godric
Mr. Godric.
Vilmork. I fell out of the sky, 13,000 feet, landed.
Is that where you got that scar?
Yeah, I broke my fall on my head. When the paramedics picked me up, when the shaman picked me up, thought I was already dead. You see, funny thing. I used to work on a stratotyrant.
A stratotyrant.
Yes, it was. We were flying above the Zargisnian Alps. The stratotyrant, the Hand of Change. I was one of the top workers on it. I worked my happy.
Wait, hold on, quick pause. Give me a Constitution save.
Is this poison?
Yes, full of previous poison.
Natural 20.
Okay. It's not actually like dangerous. It's just strong.
So, I worked my fair share, 22-hour shifts on the Stratotyrant, the Hand of Change. Wonderful job. I got along with my coworkers so well that we started playing pranks on each other. Well, they would play the majority of the pranks on me, like hiding my clothes, locking me in rooms, making sure
Sounds
that I
like
didn't
the
get to
army.
mess hall. Yes. And one day, they pull the greatest prank that they can on me. You see, my job on the Stratotyrant is that I work on the refinery. I make sure that all of it gets distilled down. And frequently, I find myself inside of the refinery. So what do they do but lock me in the refinery during a purge cycle? Ah! Absolutely killer prank. I'm banging on the door, trying to get them out. They're looking at me, just waving as the etheric diffuser rushes the refinery, and I'm ejected 13,000 feet out of the sky. And then I hit the ground.
That was kind of amazing. Especially the way you morph from Scottish to Russian.
Yeah, it was really a journey you took us through.
So, I wake up, I think about a month later, in this shaman's hut. I'd landed somewhere on the mountains. And I figured out that from it, the aether infused into my body. And now I have these new strange sets of magic powers with me, and probably a lot of hidden mutations. But
And brain damage.
the brain damage is superficial.
It truly
His smile never wavers during this entire story, but he's going to reach over and just push his children back.
They're in the splash zone.
So what do you do in my situation? And you can't afford to take it back up to the hand of change. Go adventure. What better place to adventure
Then Zel Antilis.
Then Zel
I thought
Antilis.
similar when I came here.
And let me tell you.
And I thought I had a bad accident.
Well, I don't want to compare accidents. It's not fair. I wouldn't even call mine an accident. It feels like it was on purpose. But regardless, I'm here now. So far, the city's been wonderful. The carnival is always a wonderful time.
I do try. I know these are trying times for us all.
Yes.
This isn't like it used to be.
Well, from what I've seen, it looks like the skins and the fucking face eaters are at each other's throat again.
I believe, how do you say, shell game. There is, he gets a slightly conspiratorial twinkle to his eye. They're animals, you know, the Wendigos and the skins. They'll fight anything.
Of course. Had a couple run-ins with them when we tried going through Ganger territory a few times.
As you would.
Yeah.
But someone is riling them up, turning them on each other. They typically, you hit one of them, they hit them hit the other one back, and they are done with it. Civilized, as one gets in this place. But this war has lasted too long. They are a distraction.
I look over at Halas and I'm like, well, we're getting conspiratorial. My compadre here found something that'd be quite interesting to you on one of the skins.
Yeah, I think this was on. I found this on a skin. I used my nimble hands to take it from them. I promise you, this was not me that brought this in. And I pull out the very, very silent. You just kind of show it to him under the table so that nobody else will notice, just him.
You can heal his neck muscles, like tightening,
Mm-hmm.
and explosive.
Yeah, I was going to
In
try and
my
get
carnival.
I was trying to get it
With
out.
my children here.
I know. I was going to look for the opportunity to get it out of here as fast as possible.
No, I don't blame you. You did the right thing. However, that means that they've snuck one into my carnival under my nose, the nose of my men.
I know. I am not a fan of those gangland folk. They have no honor.
I do not. I do ask that you give that to my man over there.
Of course.
He will properly dispose.
Yes, sure. So, I once again, only me and the guy I'm giving it to see it in between the pass off. I know. I'm thinking poor Jettison, but we still have ours.
You owe me explosive.
You have several in your backpack.
So you're drinking. What, are you doing anything while you're here?
Sipping on water.
Okay.
Watching your rat fucking drink its weight worth in alcohol.
I like your rat.
His name is Ecliptic.
Ecliptic.
As
The-
Ecliptic looks up, all of the Philly and Silly just kind of ripple down it.
That's cute. That's the gnome girl from earlier. Pink hair, followed by these planets. They're just orbiting in on eccentric axes above her head. See, as she like cocks her head, her makeup flows all from one side to the other, and just restorative itself oddly on the other side of her face. And she kind of like reached over and kind of like tickles the bottom of it. You're gonna feel like the as you're sitting there, like your glass and everything is kind of gonna start vibrating a little bit, and like the hue of the water is gonna start shifting oddly around her.
I'm gonna move the glass a little bit further.
And then once it reaches out like a certain radius around her, it starts doing what water should do.
I'm gonna bring it back.
Oscillating, colors changing, just slightly. I think we can be friends. Vera askew, and will curtsy.
Focus. And you've already made ecliptic,
Are you magic?
as far as I understand.
I'm magic too.
I had assumed.
She will gather the planets around her and just kind of juggle them for a moment. Where did these come from? And they pop back to where they were before. I'm on an adventure.
Where are you going?
The dead zone. There's a treasure underneath it. Vera is filigree. Vera. Stranger, we don't. Oh, right. Secret.
You're getting water everywhere on the paper, so it's like smudging.
No!
So I believe that my compatriot has spilled the beans a bit, as she is wont to do. Yes, we've been hired to go into the dead zone. As you know, the dead zone, there's a treasure to be had. So the question is if we're searching for the same treasure.
Yeah.
I would like to keep our rivalry friendly, as it has been in the past.
Maybe we, you think there might be more folk out there looking for this treasure?
I don't doubt it.
What do you say we work together until we aren't?
I don't want to share 1,000 marks.
Well, that's why I say until we're...
Shut the fuck up. Keep talking.
So their energy passes through the bar. You mentioned 1,000 marks.
I was trying to keep it quiet, but yeah. It's
Shall we
fine.
screech?
Would you like?
There's a point.
Quick aside. Would you like one more wager? Something much less bloody than last time.
Sure, what's your wager?
The drink in front of you. You can hold it better than I. You win.
How much we put on this wager?
You wager me the Zel marks you took off that man. I wager you information.
Okay. I put the.
I wager you 2 questions that I will answer in any way that I can.
Right? Sounds pretty fair. Should we start with a new glass?
I believe we shall. I'm going to need a Constitution save from you. And back over here. So
If I spend one of these, does it re-roll with advantage?
You roll 1 of the die.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's gonna be 19.
19. Okay.
Like Gimli chugging down the tank.
They got all this liquor.
Jason between you, yeah.
Minus, we're trying. So, okay, though. We'll get back to that in 1 second. I believe that actually would be mutually beneficial. The dead zone is dangerous, and we are down a companion recently.
Ah, I see. Well, yeah, I'd rather, if we're having to deal with a lot of other folk who are coming in for the same thing, we watch your backs, you watch ours. Then when we get,
Your back's not particularly interesting.
Oh,
And you think yours
You
You have
haven't
horrible
seen-
posture.
you haven't seen it recently. I've been working out.
Aren't you the cutest thing?
That's one word for it.
What?
Where have you been hiding, kitten?
Is this filigree saying this?
No, this is
Their
Vera.
own Vera.
Vera,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm not used to
I think I have a treat here somewhere.
You know, Jettison
Pulls out like
is,
a bit of like some kind of meat.
Jettison is a very. He's one
shall
of our
call you
most
Doc.
faithful friends here.
I am Jettison.
Jet, then?
I think your name is Dot now.
That is what people call me for short, yes. Jet.
Jet works then.
Very well.
I'm trying to wingman for him a little bit.
So we have a deal then.
Certainly, with the understanding that.
Only one of us can really come home with the prize.
Yeah.
So just so we are on the same page. Vera, dear. Vera, and like there's a zone of silence that comes around you, so just you can hear each other.
Yeah.
She makes me do the most boring things with magic.
Ah,
I made a guy's head explode one time.
I love making people explode.
Just so we're on the same page. You are also seeking the heart of radiance.
Yeah, that's a word that our employers used.
But I believe there was a mention of other valuables there.
Yeah.
Maybe there will be some sort of agreement to be had at that point. Should we reach it?
Yeah, there might be some negotiations that could ensue.
We've always worked well together,
I thought so.
and trust you until you give me a reason not to.
I will oblige to do my best to to look out for everybody, including you.
Deal then. She spits into her mechanical hand and shakes.
Yep. Can I ask one question? Do you
We're quite safe here.
Yeah.
So like whatever sound occlusion she used, basically,
Yeah.
it's not really true silence.
Is it like
it's just like
where it's really muffled?
yeah, it's just like and it's just wah 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 to everyone
Yeah.
around you.
Got it. We know it's in the dead zone, but we don't know exactly where in the dead zone. Have you got any information on a way that we can find that out?
She reaches back, knocks a couple times on the green Warforged, and a compartment will pop open. I believe this is a map.
Can I take a look?
Reasonably accurate.
Yeah.
Yes, it appears to be to where this place used to be. A street map when this place was whole.
Yeah.
Okay, and there are some dangerous reports coming from the Devon Zone recently. Things are becoming more active there. This is coming up to an important anniversary for Zel Antilis, being 75 years. And we believe there are some time-coded machines that are kicking back up and disturbing things, and more ether in the area, waking up more things that feed upon it or are drawn to it.
Heard something about a slum.
The shifting slum.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of that as well. I believe that is only one of the problems we will encounter there.
We've been in the dead zone before, me and my pals, and I know you have, so pretty sure we can face whatever we find in there. But
Agreed. Just be more vigilant than usual.
sounds good. When do you want to leave?
I really want to see the fireworks tonight. And then maybe tomorrow morning?
That works for me. I think our good friend Godric's going to be out cold pretty soon.
You can't hold your liquor.
So, despite the fact you're holding it better than Ulysses,
Why are there 4 of you?
the vapors coming off this thing has killed several insects that were flying over. And Ulysses, by the way, has one arm, massive arm around your shoulder. And he's singing some sort of old skyship shanty.
Oh, I definitely know.
Yeah, back and forth. Brothers, we are brothers. We just now found each other.
Yes.
And they're absolutely belting it out. And Ulysses' voice just booms and fills the air.
Pen him in for a letter of construction later.
And with that, the night falls over the carnival, and the morning promises a new and dangerous adventure into the dead zones and the depths of Zel Antilis. Hope everyone enjoyed today's session, and we'll pick up again next week.
Bye.
Bye.